Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. May I, first of all, thank you and the honorable members for waiting a little longer, having a longer tea break to allow us to go through the state function at the State House. Honorable Speaker, sir, I thank the Honorable Tuelevu for his question. Before I go into the essence of the question, I'd like to just say that PG will continue to be a very strong advocate for anything to do with the African, Caribbean, Pacific, particularly in its trade. And we pay tribute to the late Ratusha Kamisa Samara and the members of the opposition during his time, taking Fiji into the ACP group of countries with the Lome Convention. What we now have are the successor agreements and arrangements with the Lome Convention. Interesting enough, Mr. Speaker, so the successor to that would have been the, which is now the Cotonou Agreement, should have been the Suva Agreement. But we had our exercise here in Fiji in 2000, so that was taken to be the Cotonou Agreement. I write, Mr. Speaker, sir, to inform this Honourable House the key outcomes of two important meetings that Fiji recently hosted here in Suva. And I thank again the former Minister for Trade hosting that, the main anchor host. It was held on the 17th and 18th of July of this year. These meetings brought together trade ministers, officials, and key stakeholders from across the Pacific region to strategize on the future of trade and sustainable development in our region. Mr. Speaker, sir, for the context, the Pacific-ACP Trade Ministers meeting is the main forum where Pacific members of the African, Caribbean, and Pacific Group coordinate trade and development priorities with the European Union. I'm fortunate to have had the opportunity to chair the joint ministerial meeting of ACP and the European Union during my former term as Prime Minister. The Forum Trade Ministers meeting is a broader gathering of all Pacific Island Forum trade ministers focused on advancing our wider trade and investment agenda in alignment with the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific. Speaker, sir, these meetings took place at a time of global uncertainty with trade tensions, climate shocks, and shifting geopolitical dynamics reshaping the international economy. Yet these gatherings demonstrated Pacific unity, resolve, and leadership. At the Pacific-ACP Trade Ministers meeting, the ministers focused on how trade can be a powerful tool for development across our region. Emphasis was placed on supporting our communities, particularly micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, to create sustainable economic opportunities and to contribute to long-term growth. To advance that agenda, Mr. Speaker, sir, ministers discussed key initiatives such as the Pacific Trade and Sustainable Development Program with the European Union, which links trade with development outcomes, and the Sustainable Agriculture, Fisheries, and Enterprise, SAFE for short, Pacific Contribution Agreement, which strengthens sustainable agriculture, fisheries, and trade-related capacity across the region. Mr. Speaker, ministers also reviewed the regional kava development strategy aimed at improving quality, consistency of supply, and sustainable growth of kava for farmers and communities, as well as the Pacific Quality Infrastructure Initiative. which builds regional capacity in standards, testing, and certification, ensuring that Pacific products remain competitive in international markets. Another important focus was sustainable industries, with attention on agriculture, fisheries, and other key sectors, ensuring that natural resources are managed responsibly while continuing to provide livelihoods and incomes for Pacific peoples. Ministers also underscored the importance of standards and quality, reinforcing the need for robust regional systems so that Pacific goods can compete effectively on a global scale. Mr. Speaker, sir, during the forum, trade ministers meeting discussions broadened to include investment, partnerships, and regional economic development. Key initiatives highlighted include the Pacific Aid for Trade Strategy 2026 to 2030, which will guide investment in trade facilitation, digital transformation, and sectoral diversification, particularly supporting MSMEs. Ministers also endorsed the Pacific Regional Private Sector Strategy 2025 to 2030, recognizing the central role of the private sector in job creation, inclusive growth, and resilience. And labor mobility was another area of focus, with ministers agreeing on regional principles to support a safe, fair, and inclusive movement of workers, benefiting both communities and businesses. Additionally, Mr. Speaker, sir, ministers noted progress on the Kawa Declaration, recognizing its cultural and economic significance, and committed to further technical work to ensure it delivers clear, actionable outcomes that provide tangible benefits to Pacific communities. In summary, these meetings, Mr. Speaker, sir, reinforced our collective commitment to a resilient, inclusive, and sustainable Pacific economy. They highlighted the power of regional cooperation in advancing trade, investment, and development while protecting our natural resources and supporting our people. Mr. Speaker, sir, through initiatives on sustainable industries, trade facilitation, standard private sector growth, and labor mobility, Fiji and our Pacific partners are creating real opportunities for economic growth, for community development, and for stronger regional integration. These outcomes, Mr. Speaker, sir, demonstrate that when we work together, we not only respond to global challenges, but also secure a brighter and more sustainable future for all Pacific peoples. If members require any further clarification, the Ministry of Trade, Cooperatives, MSMEs, and Communications, together with Pacific Island Forum Secretariat, stand ready to address and share more information. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.